Arc of Delaware continues to serve more than 30,000 individuals here in Delaware who suffer from intellectual and developmental disabilities. I have here with us Patricia Kelleher, who is going to shed some light on the organization and their involvement. Welcome to the show, Patricia.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Thank you. It's wonderful to have you here. I wanted to learn more about the organization, so can you explain to us in some details who the Arc of Delaware is?
Sure. The Arc of Delaware has been in Delaware for 60 years. We're celebrating our 60th anniversary this year, and it's a statewide organization, a nonprofit, formed by families, very much like Autism Delaware, because at the time it was formed, most children with intellectual and developmental disabilities were shunted out of society. Nobody really wanted to know about them. Family members may have been told when a child was delivered that they should just institutionalize the child, and families didn't want to do this. They wanted their children to have experiences like other children. They wanted them to be included, and so they began, again, a grassroots type organization to demand services and programs and inclusion for their children.
Now, organizations like Autism Delaware is very specific for those with the autism spectrum disorder. With your organization, the Arc of Delaware, there's a list of disabilities that can go under developmental. You could have feeding, you could have speech, physical, then you have the intellectual side. Is there a specific audience that you are targeting?
We serve anyone who has an intellectual or a developmental disability. And as you say, that's a wide range of disabilities. Some people are, function very well in society and need very little assistance. Others may have more difficult hurdles. The disabilities that it covers includes autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, Fragile X. So there are a number of different diagnoses that we serve. And again, somebody may need a lot of services or very, very little to help them survive and thrive in society. So some people receive services from the state. If they have an IQ of 70 or below, the Division of Developmental Disabilities Services will provide an array of services to them. Above that, people may fall through the cracks. So we serve anyone who has a diagnosis that indicates they have an intellectual or developmental disability, and often we fill the gap for those people and their families.
And raising a child with an intellectual or developmental disability can be very frustrating. You have to have a huge amount of patience. It's emotionally challenging. What are some of the resources or programs or events the Arc of Delaware provides for these parents and caregivers?
We have a case management and outreach program, and we will help families apply to the state for services. We will help them, if they're turned down, look for alternative services. We will help families identify residential options that may be suitable to their children. We'll help them identify employment. Our employment program not only develops job opportunities, but it provides services to the person so that they can succeed when they get that job. We are committed to advocacy. That was one of the main thrusts of our organization when we started. So we spend a lot of time talking to key people, to the legislators, telling them what's needed, bringing people with intellectual and developmental disabilities to meet them so that they can tell them what they need and what they want. And there's been a very strong focus in recent years on making sure that we listen to people who have these disabilities instead of perhaps thinking that we know what's best for them, making sure that we're listening to what they need and what they want. So self-advocacy is a big part of what we do, and we also have social and recreational programs. They're very important. Isolation in the community is common, not just for the individual with the disability, but also for their family. So we have dances. We had one last month, 380 people came to the dance in Cheswold in Kent County. So we do a lot of different things. We try to reach all the different areas of a person's life to enrich them and include them.
And lastly, Patricia, how can one get involved? Is there a membership fee, and where do we go to look for more information?
Please go to the Arc of Delaware's website, which is just that, thearcofdelaware.org, all spelled out as one word. Or you can call us at 302-996-9400. We are a membership-based organization. You can become a member, but you do not have to be a member. And we will answer any questions that we receive and help in any way we can. And if we can't help, we'll try and identify other sources of support. We are trying to reach out to the Hispanic community. We really have not done a very good job of that in the past, so it's great to be invited here today and hope that we will be able to meet more families, more individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Wonderful. And when you do, we can bring you back on with one of
That
those
would be
parents
great.
and have him come on and speak in Spanish for us.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Patricia. It's been a wonderful time having you here on
It's great to be
Conexio.
here. Thank you.
We'll return after these short messages.